It's not just another game of rugby league, this one matters more than most. Surprise absence from the Wigan backs. Daryl Golding means that Jack Hughes comes in at the centres. Anthony Gelling keeps his place on the wing in the continued absence of Pat Richards. And Wigan's pack today entirely made up of players who came through the academy here. They're of varying vintage, but they all started at this club. No shortage of St Helens rear talent in their side either. Scrum half Johnny Lomax, potentially the most eye-catching today. Gary Wheeler back from a shoulder injury. And it's a pack built around their consistent five-star performer, James Roby, making his 250th appearance today. John Wilkin returns from a shoulder injury suffered in the Good Friday defeat against Wigan. And a reminder that all four of those interchanges will be available throughout the game. 12 in total can be made by either coach. Richard Silverwood is our referee today. Sam Tompkins, one of those who might just be a match winner, but there are so many on both sides who might just be match winners today. On the surface, they're playing for a place in the Challenge Cup semi-final. In reality, it's a chance for one side or the other to lord it over the other against their most reviled rivals before the page churns for the next chapter.
Yeah, conditions absolutely magnificent. Pitching great condition, lovely sunny day, and I think you've got to favour Wigan. They've been consistent this year. They're playing at home. They've got a very well balanced unit. But local derby, who knows?
Well, it's Lance O'Hire who's got the kick away early here. Taken by Charnley. He's a man in form. Wants to score his tries, and he's scored at least one in his last 5 matches, but given very little opportunity to make any movement there. Luluai at dummy half. Finch across the line. Half break by Gelling. St Helens defenders in numbers. Gelling's lost it. It was a clean loss. A little bit of self-reproach as well there from Gelling, because he knows that's a big mistake in the early stages of this game. St Helens given an advantage here with head and feet inside their opponent's half.
Yeah, definitely lost the ball. You've got to control it, didn't have control of it. That's the first mistake.
So a chance to build in these early stages.
Hey. See ya.
Well, emotions are about to be running raw, aren't they? So early.
Yeah, a few words I think exchanged there. Soliala and Gareth Hock. We'll keep an eye on that. They're still chatting away.
Ohio, interestingly, running straight into Thomas Luluai, the two current New Zealand internationals, of course, but 2 former World Cup winners in the same side that won it in 2008. It's Roby here at dummy half. St Helens looking to take advantage if they can. Perry with a push, and 3 around him.
That's a good drive out Perry. We're very flat at the moment. Not great organisation at half-back.
Lomax drops it in. A drive forward by Lafranchi. Pick up by Roby. This is where he loves to roam. And he was taken high, and a penalty goes St Helens' way.
Yeah, first quick play of the ball there, Dave, and you can see what he does. James Roby, magnificent player. Makes the yardage from a quick play of the ball. They weren't squared defenders. High tackle. Great opportunity for St Helens.
6 tackles from here. Here comes Perry with the initial drive, held up just a couple of yards away. These are anxious moments for both sides, in attack and defence. Lafranchi. A real wrestle going on at the moment. Roby stands and waits again. Roby collects. Dummy once and then out to Lomax. Lomax across the line. They can see the overlap, but Wellens came short on the pass of Ohio. And Wigan's defence recovers well enough. Roby back into position here. Little glance from Wellens. Thought he might have been penalised. Wilkin back to Lomax. Lomax with a dummy. Grabbed a hold up by Harrison Hansen. Here's Roby again. Little grubber kick into the in-goal area. It's causing problems. Sam Tompkins just about deals with it.
Yes.
It's a dropout underneath the sticks.
Lovely kick, repeat set. It's a lovely deft kick by Roby. Deflected on the way through by Hawk. But it's quick enough, Sam Tompkins, to clear it up.
Time off.
Early pressure from Saints.
It's what?
If you're watching at home, by the way, pick who you want to win right now. In the Wigan Saints game, there's no neutrals allowed.
That's a very good drop kick. Cleared the halfway.
Here comes Lefranchi, well met by those Wigan defenders.
Good. Move!
So St Helens enjoying the upper hand in the opening 4 minutes here. Wilkin now, short pass by him, taken on by Sia Soliola.
Go.
This is Roby, keeping that momentum rolling forward, and Wellens again.
Onside. Good, wait. Go.
Roby. It's a real wave of pressure, but you feel they'll have to come away with something. Ohio with a dummy.
Very well organised, the defence at the moment.
Roby again. Here comes Flannery.
Move!
And they've already reached the final tackle. Ohio. Lomax. Short kick once more. It's bouncing awkwardly. Taken by Shenton with the offload. And the touchdown by Wellens. There's a doubt here in the mind of Richard Silverwood. He wants to have a look again here.
That's a lovely kick. Charnley had dropped back and Sam Tompkins was covering Brian, so they're well covered. But the accuracy of the kick was magnificent, and the bounce of the ball just favoured St Helens. Just watch the kick. Charnley is back. They're definitely onside. Both players are onside. Shenton chases, just kicks it into space. It checks a little bit, and then the bounce just favours Shenton. He's quick enough to realise he's going to be held up. Lovely offload, and as ever, Paul Wellens is there.
Well, was there a bobble here? Was that in any way forwards? You wouldn't have thought so, would you?
No, definitely a try.
Will it be first blood to St Helens here? Try given. St Helens have the lead. And what a start they've made to this game.
Great start. You know, the first mistake, given field position, they've kept that field position. They've had patience, composure, they've had a repeat set. And then when the opportunity comes, they score. Great start for St Helens.
So Johnny Lomax with a chance to add the two.
I'll get to him. I'm not pulling him out and kick off. I'll get to him.
What a whirlwind start here for St Helens, and you kind of take it back to the mistake really that Anthony Gelling made,
yeah.
the knock-on that offered St Helens that position. They had the composure then to turn one set into another, keep the pressure, build the pressure, and they get their rewards, which is a try. It's not the best of kicks, it's a shocker of a kick by Johnny Lomax. You'd have expected two, any day of the week there, but he's missed it, so 4-0 St Helens lead.
I think he just snapped at it, just swatch up. Ball goes wide, very well covered, but just puts it into space. Ball bounces up for St Helens, Shenton takes it. Great awareness by Shenton, as ever, Paul Wellens is there.
So the thing that St Helens all want to do here now is get through this next set, and they do have a habit, don't they, at times, of scoring back-to-back tries, St Helens.
It's all about momentum, as you said, Dave. You know, all the pressure they had, they needed to come away with something, and they did.
Here's Flannery.
Third. Move! Back here. Go. Third. Spot. Move! Drag him back. Come on here.
Here's Roby, stands and waits. They've had all the possession, but they're in danger of giving it away there. Ohio's back on it to rescue. There was a hand from a Wigan player, so another 6 tackles here. Perry. Josh Perry, the former Australian international.
There's the hand there, Loughlin.
Lefranchi. Well wrapped up by those 3 defenders, so still 5 tackles to come here, and they've already crept inside their opponent's half. Wilkin down the blind side with a short pass, but Flannery's well marshalled.
Yeah, they love coming down the middle, Saints.
Here's Roby, off he goes again. Just sniffing a hint of an opportunity, and it's all he needs. The gap closes. O'Hire. This is Wilkin, flings it out to Lomax. Ball back on the inside again. Soliola's dealt with, but that was 5. Here comes the last. Oh, it's slipped through the hands of O'Hire. They recover their poise. Flannery. And Tompkins has it. And he's in the field of play. So Wigan, for the first time in a long time here, get a bit of possession. Let's go down to the touchline and hear from Robbie Hunter-Paul.
Well, I think Wigan are going to have to hold on to this ball, because I think the tone of the game has already been set. Wigan had their first set of the ball, they gave the ball over to St Helens, and they're straight back into it. I think today's game is going to be about not giving the opposition absolutely anything.
Some rather revealing quotes in the build-up to this game, because unusually the two coaches are hometown boys. It's not often in the history of these two clubs that has been the case, but Sean Wayne, a Wigan lad, and Mike Rush, who is in temporary charge as St Helenser, alongside Kieran Cunningham, another St Helenser.
They certainly stoked the fire, didn't they?
Great coat from Sean Wayne this week. You had that instant not dislike, but hatred at every level for St Helens if you're a Wigan supporter. It's a good catch, good take.
Good take. Makinson, that'll give him confidence. All the pressure come from sides and field position. They just can't seem to clear their lines.
Here's Roby. Now Perry. By the way, Mike Rush didn't let that lie. He replied by saying, well, the feeling is mutual, to be fair. Here's Roby again. St Helens are playing really well in these opening stages. Flannery, but they've had plenty of possession.
Great tackle, Charnley. Spotted the overlap, had to come in, nail the man.
Flat to Perry. Here's Lomax. Lomax with a step. So the fifth tackle has been got through again. Here comes the last once more. O'Hire putting it high this time. Gelling will still have a bit of a nervous attitude after his earlier mistake. No problems this time. Caught on the fall, and it means it'll be a tap back on the 20, which the young Cook Islander wants to get on with, and does.
Just a little bit too far there by Lance O'Hire.
Well, there's a possession so far. It tells its own story, doesn't it?
Says it all. Says it all.
Move! Back, lads, wait! Go,
Oof. Well, that's another mistake. That's it. Like you see, Sean Wayne is going crazy. First time they've had possession, that's a clear forward pass.
Ball, tackle down there, 10 metres, it's all your chance.
Possession they've had, they've made 2 errors. There they all are, just to the right of us. Not happy, look at that.
Keep listening to the calls in the rucks.
Just need to keep it simple, Dave. Keep it basic. Finish the set, get a good set to 6, get a good kick in, put a little bit of pressure on St Helens. They've had no pressure whatsoever on them.
First, move! Oh, Paul, wait!
Just about the whole game has been played inside Wigan's half in the opening 11 minutes.
And you can see St Helens, once they get a quick play of the ball, Roby is on, and they all react, around Roby. Love coming down to play the ball area.
Here comes Roby again, skipping away. Wilkin with a short pass. Flannery gets it away. A turn by Wheeler.
Oh.
Forward pass to Nelly.
Forward pass.
Wheeler was just unlucky there, just unlucky. The ball went behind him. He's trying to throw the pass.
When I say go, you can go. Okay.
Damien Johnson's on the touchline, talking to one of those who certain St Helens sentiments running through his veins.
Yes, absolutely. Adi Gardner's with me. Adi, what's the key to St Helens establishing this early dominance, do you think?
I think it's just what our forwards have done a really good job taking the ball forward, haven't they? LeFranc and Josh Perry started off really well and put their front row under pressure. So if we can continue that, I think we'll stand us in good stead.
How important is a good start?
It's absolutely massive, especially coming to a place like Wigan, who have got very vocal support, and they've got a really good side. So getting a good start and getting a foothold in the game is vital.
Thanks, Adi.
Here's Hock.
There's a definite battle going on between those two. Hock, Soliola, words being exchanged. First penalty for Wigan, field position.
Well, they'll start a set of 6 inside their opponent's half, and I think it's the first time in the game they do that here, Wigan. Mossop with the initial thrust. Here's McAlorum. Harrison Hansen. That's a real platform they've set themselves here. And still 4 tackles to come. McAlorum, off he goes from acting half. He can be just as damaging at times as Roby on the other side. O'Loughlin. This is Finch. Sam Tompkins, a scorer! They went left. They found the gap. And Sam Tompkins is never going to miss an opportunity like that.
Great finish by Sam Tompkins, but just watch Johnny Lomax. He comes out to the line and invites Sam Tompkins to hit that hole. Just watch him, they're calling him over, they're short, and there he is. Johnny Lomax reads the play wrong, gap opens up. Just watch, there he is, just watch, he puts his hand up. Sorry. Too simple that for Wigan, very simple.
Well, he's a player who made his debut in this competition against Whitehaven in 2009, Sam Tompkins. He scored 5 tries that day, and he has rushed to rugby league celebrity ever since. Josh Charnley's the man who's looking to add the 2. Here's Charnley. See if Cherry and White hooks behind him, all holding their breath as Charnley steps forward and hooks that between the uprights. The flags go up from our 2 touch judges, Clint Sharrod and Tony Martin, to confirm the 2 points and to confirm that Wigan have the lead here by 6 points to 4.
Just watch, overreads the play, doesn't he? Johnny Lomax just shoots out to the line, just invites Tompkins into the gap, and he is not going to waste that opportunity.
Lucky 13th minute for Sam Tompkins. First attack of the game for Wigan. 30 Challenge Cup victories between them, these 2 sides. Wigan with 18, St Helens with 12. They have rather dominated this competition over the years. The pair of them, here comes Tompkins.
He is so dangerous, so elusive. Good run.
Here's Hawk.
He's
A damaging effort by Gareth Hawk, but he's 5 yards inside his opponent's half.
Such a powerhouse, isn't he, Hawk?
Last tackle is coming up. Finch gets it away, under pressure, heavy pressure from Shenton, but he's got a decent kick away to Wellens.
Oof. Good chase, Wells. Good kick, good chase.
O'Hire. Here's Roby. This is Francis Melly. Wilkin. This is Roby. It's a kick away, but Tompkins is waiting for it. It's not going to hit the green, and Tompkins on the full can bring it back with a little interest maybe. He drops it off to Charnley, and O'Hire's up there to make the tackle, along with Roby. Here's Gelling. Just making yards again inside their opponent's half with McAlorum.
Yeah, they just
with a short pass and carried in nicely by Prescott.
Just then keeping possession, no mistakes, just keep the pressure on St Helens.
Finch with a dummy, just threatening to slide through. St Helens defence recovers well enough. 5 tackles gone. Here's the last. Luluai has a look up, launches it skyward. Tester for Melly. Charnley's underneath it. Charnley's caught it, but a good recovery tackle, tried to get it away. Wellens was in, but a great defensive work by Gary Wheeler.
Very good play by Charlie, but also Paul Wellens. Just watch, great take, goes the floor, offloads as he hits the floor, but Wellens is there, otherwise it was a try. Harrison Hansen was right there.
Brian Noble, what have you made of it so far?
I think St Helens has started fabulously well, and the first 12 minutes was all Saints, but typical counter-punch. It was a boxing match. Wigan are just doing what you'd think they would do. The one opportunity that they've had down on Saints' line, they executed, and that's probably a lack of not doing any defending on the part of the Saints side, and they get caught cold by one play from St Helens. So it's game on, obviously, after 17 minutes, but poor start from Wigan by their standards, and we saw their coach and the way he felt about that.
There's Jack Hughes, the young centre. Here's O'Loughlin. He's got a terrific surface, hasn't he, over the years to this Wigan club. O'Loughlin, McAlorum, Prescott did well to get it away, but almost lost it. Hawks claiming it was touched by a St Helens player. Wigan carry on regardless. An opportunity here as Carmont cuts inside, and Gelling had overrun it, and it's going to be picked up by St Helens, and a chance for them to clear their lines, but Gelling just a yard ahead of it.
What an opportunity. Blew the try, a 2-on-1. Ball hits a deck, defence unorganised. Just watch. Lovely offload first of all, and scramble the ball back, creates the overlap. Lomax comes in, cuts inside. If he stays up, that's a great cover tackle though, once again.
Here's Wilkin. This is Lomax.
Whereas Perry and Lafranchi made great yards, it's kind of stopped now. It's very difficult for the half-backs.
Wigan's defenders flooding in here. Keep momentum to a minimum. On the final tackle, Roby swings it back to Lomax, who steps forward and hammers it downfield. Good take by Charlie. This time it's Tompkins who's going to test out this St Helens defence. We know what kind of destructive nature he is from that position, but tackle on this occasion. Damien Johnson down on the touchline. What news?
Just some injury news. Harrison Hansen, you remember, was in the wars in the previous round at Featherstone. Dislocated a finger, signalled to the physio to come on. She's popped it back in, and he's back in the fray. They're tough old boys, these rugby league lads.
The eyes are watering. That's a dislocated finger, one of those, but it has been popped back in, as Damien so succinctly put it. Tompkins out now. Here's Jack Hughes. Hughes draws his man, dummies his man, but it's chopped down. And he passed to Charlie, who knows what might have happened next. But here comes the last. This is Finch. It's a test-up. It's not the best of kicks. It will go Carmont's way. This is Hawk. Another set of 6 here, so Hawk will just take it in and take the tackle. And Wigan knocking on the door again here. Lima off the interchange bench, and St Helens offside.
They're creating overlaps now, as Robbie Hunter-Paul showed before the game.
He's taken it quickly, but he's not going to trick his way over. St Helens defenders too wise for that. Here's McAlorum. Options right and left. Left it goes to Finch. Finch with the ball. Again they're in, and this time O'Loughlin. It's the same channel. The same channel that they found a way through. And Wigan, having been 4-0 behind and under the cosh, now find themselves 10-4 up with 2 tries.
I think the level of the basic skills, the passing, is of the highest quality of Wigan. They create the overlap, they get on the outside of the defender, the support play is good. Just very basic, great execution. Just watch the dummy run, stands in the tackle, the support player, try. Great ball by Finch. Carmont stays in the tackle. Loughlin on the support. Very, very clinical.
Punch of the air for Sean O'Loughlin. Longest serving player in this Wigan side, and his coach will be a happy man having seen that.
Yeah, didn't start very well. That was done a great start from St Helens, but no. good ball carrying and getting quick play of the balls. And it's that Luluai Finch creating havoc, creating overlaps.
Just Charlie. I'll remember his days against St Helens, not the least that semi-final against them last year when he scored that wonderful try. Has now added his second goal of the afternoon. Wigan lead by 12 points to 4.
Well, it's all about momentum, isn't it? And getting points when you've got the pressure on. Both sides have done that.
Toyota, HW Moon Wigan. And the Wigan Warriors strike converted by number 2, Josh Charlie.
So the midway point just beyond in this first half. St Helens looking to apply all their authority in the opening stages, but Wigan have managed to wrestle their way through that period and push their noses ahead. So important now that St Helens produce a response. The very first instance is to keep Wigan penned here,
yeah, big
as
set
deep
of
inside
6.
their own half as they possibly can.
And Mike Rush has got to work it out. He's got to try and work out the defensive on the fringes. They're just getting caught.
It's a drive by Mossop. The Cumbrian quickly to his feet. McAlorum, and too quickly from McAlorum. Lost possession. It's another of those cheap errors.
Yeah.
And we know what happened last time.
Another mistake. McAlorum, his second. And momentum can switch on little things like that. Saints now in great field position.
Well, they have a chance to draw a little breath here, both sides. St Helens know that they could do with striking soon. Here's Shenton. This is Roby, again at dummy half, a little glance around to see what lies ahead of him and then plays it back to McCarthy Skarsbrook, who's on from the bench. The Londoner wrestled down well enough. Roby's here again. Here comes another surge, another drive, another question of Wigan's defensive steel, this time Clough asking it. Wigan provide the answers. Wilkin to Lomax. Lomax puts it behind to O'Hire. Here comes Wellens. Luluai caught him in the tackle. I thought for a moment Luluai was hurt, but he's okay. He's to his feet. Here's O'Hire again. Now Lomax whips it backwards. Here's Wellens again. Basketball-esque at the times in that little build-up, the interchange of passes, but in the end Wellens is held up, and it's a penalty. A penalty. It was on the 5th tackle as well. Wigan have given their opponents again a real advantage here.
They have.
On the line.
You can see the difference. Saints will attack, as I said, down the play or ball area, use the inside ball a lot, whereas Wigan are different. They'll go down the fringes, creating the overlap.
This is Roby. Here comes Lomax. Wigan's line advancing cautiously. O'Hire, Wellens, through the hands of Shenton, and behind the back of Makinson on that far side, and out of play. Opportunity given away.
On the first tackle as well. Coaching staff won't be happy with that. They've been under the cosh for a little bit. Their opportunity to add pressure, get some points on the board, they blow it on the first tackle.
Kieran Cunningham to the left, Mike Rush to the right. The two men have been put in charge to the end of this season after the departure of Royce Simmons. Nathan Brown, of course, the current Huddersfield coach, will be the man at the helm on a permanent basis at the start of next season. Rugby League Forum coming up here on BBC as well later on your red button if you have anything to say, any questions to raise. Rugbyleague at bbc.co.uk or hashtag BBC Rugby League on Twitter, and that's at 4:35 this afternoon. Here's Harrison Hansen. Trotted in by Lee Mossop. It's McAlorum who stands and waits here. O'Loughlin, now they're moving left, and again Hawk. I'm not sure it was meant for Hawk, but he tried to take it, and it has given possession back to St Helens. So Shenton is the man in position to spin it into Wilkin. Wilkin across to O'Hire. This is Flannery. Flannery now drawing a couple of men. Wheeler steps back on the inside, but the shoulder of Lima puts him down.
Again, that error, just simple error. Put themselves under pressure once again.
Roby Pears has a look, decides his next course of action, drops it into the hands of Clough. Wigan's defence is hanging on here at the moment. Roby. Lomax with a big step, quite big enough. He actually ran into the arms, the welcoming arms of Epelami Lawaki, who's on for the interchange bench. This is the sixth, this is the last, I think. And Clough, well, they try to go for the forceful route through, but they've given possession away.
Yeah, not the best option there. Just watching Robbie, he's such a great player, James Robbie. He scans all the time, everything comes off him.
He's making his 250th appearance today, James Roby. And it's a kind of a career in two parts, really, isn't it, at St Helens? Because of those 250 appearances, 132 have been off the bench because, of course, he was the understudy to Kieran Cunningham for an awful long time, played a lot of game time, but would always start on the bench. These days, he's an 80-minute player.
He's a great player. So was Kieran Cunningham. Opportunity missed there by Lima. The overlap was there. I just feel they've got to just secure possession and get a good kick in.
Lawaki, he'll carry it with some menace. But Wigan are short of the halfway line as they hit the fifth tackle, so they'll be looking for a good kick here, and they get better than that because Flannery was hanging on, and the referee says for too long. So penalty goes Wigan's way. Let's go down to the touchline where Damien Johnson is waiting for us again.
Yes, I'm joined by Amos Roberts, the Wigan player, recently retired actually. Amos, what's been the secret to Wigan getting back into this game?
I think they're just back in the defence. You know, they pride themselves on defending pretty well. So, you know, the boys didn't have their fair share of ball. So, you know, I think communication too as well. I think they know the system that they're in, and you know, they're pretty confident with it.
You'd love to be out there on a day like this, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's a nice day, mate. The weather's been fantastic today, and it's a great day to play some rugby. So, and as you can see, there's some flashy football being played.
Thanks, Amos.
Well, they were trying the impossible there, weren't they? If it had come off, it would have been absolutely spectacular, but instead it's rather more mundanely St Helens head and feet at the scrum.
Yeah, the come off would have been great, but I'm sure Sean Wayne is saying just hang on to it, don't look for the miracle ball, and then build pressure.
Gareth Hawk with a little wave of his hand to his teammates, maybe an apology, maybe an indication that they need to lift it. 1 minute is a very regular call in these situations, isn't it, where a defensive side, you can hear them shouting 1 minute, 1 minute. That's the normal average duration of a set of 6, and if they put 1 minute of big effort in defence, they can stop their opponents from making too much progress. St Helens have edged their way back to the 40-metre line here. Here's Roby. McCarthy Scarsbrook behind to Lomax. Lomax with a dummy and then decides to give it to Soliola.
I think both defence have been very good. You haven't seen much of Soliola or Gareth Hawk.
Oh, here's Wellens to Shenton. It came off a Wigan player here, I think, so it'll be play on if Saints get it back again, but they don't. Very nearly Wellens' ball. He punches the air in frustration.
That could have gone anywhere.
So close to getting it back. Here comes Tompkins. Another gives himself up to the tackle of Flannery.
There's the ball. Oh, Carmel gets a hand to it. Just snatches it. Young Gelling.
Down the middle, it's taken by Jeff Lima. Another of those who comes from a Kiwi heritage on the field today. Makalora Matt from dummy half. Here's Epelami Lawaki, the Tongan international. And as the arm goes up from the referee to signal that this is the last, it goes into the hands of Tompkins here to send it spinning high. Wellens, both eyes on the ball. He's a consummate taker of the high kick.
That's an easy take for Paul Wellens. You know, he's a great full back. Kick a little bit too far, no pressure on him. Oof.
Nickerson searching the outside route. We're nearly finding the touchline. Here comes Shenton.
Good. Move, shot. Oh, Jeff, wait. Go.
Roby. Inside for Lomax. Lomax went short for Wilkin. That looked forward, but the referee says play on. Wilkin just about held up on the halfway.
Just needed one more player on his shoulder.
Ohia's dabbed kick. And the jagged bounce is in St Helens' favour, and Tompkins has to scramble in the end before Ohio comes in to make the tackle. Ian Millward is with us today as well, coach of both these sides at one stage or another. What have you made of it so far, Ian?
Well, if I was the St Helens coach at the moment, Dave, I'd be looking back at Robbie Paul's blackboard at the moment and saying they're going to come down our right-hand side. And you look at Gareth Hock, both tries have come there. The defensive line hasn't stayed together. People coming out of the lines cause problems. I think the other area is their attack, St Helens, at the moment. They lack a little bit of go forward around the ruck area. And because of that, they're probably playing a little bit lateral and playing in the hands at the moment, the Wigan, and getting them back in the game. Here we go again on the right-hand side. They're creating numbers again. And that's an area that the coaches at St Helens will have to get, because they would have worked it during the week. They need to get more consistent there.
Well, you've got a very good feeling that Anthony Gelling is not used to playing on the outside of George Calmont, because there's a couple of times he's been out of position. I mean, Pat Richards is missing today. He's the left winger who normally plays over there, but he's out injured and will be for some time. So there's a chance for that combination to gel, but it's not gelling so far, Jonathan.
No, it's not, and you know, Saints have been very fortunate. You know, as Ian said, Lomax is jumping out the line. You've just got to communicate. That's what you've got to do, is communicate and hold the line. If someone jumps out, then they're going to get cut open, as they did for, you know, Tompkins' try. There's no real pattern in the game yet. There's a lot of mistakes, so a little bit of momentum here and there, but it's just not happening for both sides. And I think the defence is slowing the ruck down. Not many fast play the balls.
27 Challenge Cup head-to-heads, these two. 27 times over the years, and here comes Wellens, putting the foot down, chased very hard by Jack Hughes. But what a position he's given his side. Ohio now bounces out of dummy half. Tompkins can't keep hold. Saints move left, then Roby goes back to the middle, and Farrell and Hughes between them manage to drag him down. But momentum with Saints. Lomax in, it's taken by Clough again.
What a great offload, good angle by Wellens, but good scramble defence by Wigan as well.
Roby with a short ball. A muscular route sought by Saints, but not found. Wigan keep them at bay for the time being. Roby spinning it away. Lomax on the inside. Wellens, the man who started it, anxious to finish it, but he's going to be stopped. And that was the fifth, so here comes the last. Lomax into the in-goal area, taken well enough, on the full. Not a high kick, but it was taken on the volley, so a tap back on the 20. And the referee says, I'm ready if you are. So the tap is taken, and on by Liam Farrell.
No, Wigan did extremely well there, the scramble.
Offside, and Paul Wellens immediately stalking over to ask the referee why that's been given.
What an offload, that's a great offload, takes two tacklers, pops Wellens, great chase down by Jack Hughes as well.
Well, I'm not sure what the message was there from Paul Wellens, but he walked over to the referee and he pointed at the 20-metre line, obviously conveying some message or other, that maybe that, you know, if you let them play on and we were trying to get onside, then we are onside. But
exactly,
penalty goes Wigan's way, and Tompkins will seek to find touch here.
I think he'll tap here.
That's very insightful there, Jonathan.
I meant he tapped.
It was a big tap. It was a big tap, wasn't it? Big tap out to the touch line. So Wigan start with their set. Here comes Lima. This is McAlorum. Lowaki. Oh my word! What a hit from Flanagan! And Lowaki is literally cleaned out.
I think there's a clash of heads. There must be.
Well, Flanagan must have a tough head.
What a hit! I don't think he meant, you know, this outcome. I think it was a clash of heads. Went in to make the tackle. Yeah, you can feel on the top of his right eye.
What a smile, a half smile from Mike Rush. He'll have enjoyed that. Mark Flanagan, once of this parish, of course, an ex-Wigan player. I think the last time he played in a Wigan Saints game, here it would have been for Wigan before he went to Wests.
Totally accidental this. He makes the tackle, just leans into him. Oh! Sickening collision. Just accidental, no intent. He lined up for the tackle. Lowaki just stepped to the left. Unfortunately, just stepped into him. Clash of heads.
I'm sure Mark Flanagan would have appreciated the tap on the back of his head from one of his teammates there as well, if you just clashed heads with one of your opponents. That's the last thing you would have wanted. So there's going to be a bit of a hold-up here because, as is always the case, whenever there's a head injury, a back injury, a neck injury, the medical staff make absolutely sure on the pitch that everything is okay before they begin to move the player and begin to take him away. We had a similar stoppage on this ground just a couple of weeks ago, and it didn't involve a player, it involved a referee. Sure he's watching here today, Phil Bentham, but the best of luck and best wishes for your recovery, Phil Bentham. He broke his tibia, I think. Broke his ankle in a clash with a Hull Kingston Rovers player, purely accidental, and he went down injured, and they held it up for about 6 minutes. The first time I've ever seen a referee stretch it off a field. Let's hear more from Ian Millward, who's with us today. A bit of a lift here. It's not the way you would want to see it, but a bit of a lift here for St Helens. Ian, the fact that they'll get possession back, you would imagine?
Yeah, obviously it is a lift, but from a welfare point of view and player protection, in the NRL in Australia, they've just bring in a rule, the doctors, where they say if you have to come off the field aided, and that means supported, or someone around your arms, you're not allowed to go back on the field. And it's a big action, because what it wants to do is protect people from concussion coming back on, but also the chance of long-term effects in our game. So it's an interesting one. We don't have it in Super League at the moment. If he goes off on a stretcher and then all of a sudden they get the smelling salts into him and they wake him up with a heap of coffee and they go, he's back on, well, you're allowed to do that. But that's something that's going to be a phase in the game, I feel, in coming seasons. If you can't walk off unattended, you won't go back on, which affects you, interchange and everything. So I think it's a great move, because it protects players, because they all become brave and bold. Unfortunately, we've got to look after them medically.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, it's player welfare. It's a tough game, very, very tough.
Dr. Chris Brooks, the man alongside him. And you can see the bloodied nature of his face. That was the moment. A clash of heads, an accidental clash of heads.
And again, his head hits the floor. But, no intent. They went in for the tackle, lined him up. Lowaki stepped out of it, unfortunately. Sickening clash of heads.
Well, the concern now amongst the coaching staff will be, of course, for the player, but also how do you readapt now? As Ian was saying, this could be an interchange less. Almost certainly an interchange less. He's the man that caused it all. No problems.
He might have a little bit of a swelling over his right eye when the bandage comes off.
So 5 minutes of the half remaining. It's nicely poised. Wigan 12, St Helens 4. A game in which both sides have had the ascendancy at times. And the potential is for a thrilling second half here. Here's Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook. This is Roby, lining it up for the pass to his left, which is taken on. McGuinness on from the interchange bench. Roby left to Lomax. Lomax now short to Flannery. Flannery trying to get the arms free, but he's going down. That was 5. Here comes the last. Roby's quickly in there. They're going to play the blind side. Lomax thought he could see a way through himself, but it closed up very quickly. That all slams in his face.
Great tackle, Lulai. Shot out of acting back. Half back, just made the tackle.
So Wigan looking for some hard work from deep inside their own half here to clear their lines. By contrast, St Helens will be swarming around them, trying to keep them here. Damien Johnson just a moment ago would have seen Epilami Lowaki walking past him. What's the news, Damien?
Well, he looked extremely groggy as he left the pitch, Dave. He's been taken into the changing room for assessments. His nose and his mouth full of blood. They think he may have broken his jaw, but obviously that has to be checked out. We await news on that.
Here's Hock down that left channel. Again, Getting to his feet, Carmont.
Certainly working that right-hand side.
They're on the 6 here. There's another St Helens player down on that far side. I think it's Makinson who stayed down injured. The kick eventually is scrambled away. Well, he doesn't look too healthy either, does he, Tommy Makinson? Meantime, well returned by Francis Melly.
Looks dangerous, doesn't he, Melly, with ball in hand?
This is Gary Wheeler. Ohio. On it's taken by Paul Clough. And both these sides have so many ex-academy players. We talked about the all-Wigan academy pack. Makinson, he's one of the St Helens academy players, as so many of the others are as well. It's a real tribute to the development at both sides. Ohio, Wellens. It's 5, here comes the last. Ohio again. Flannery, a little bit isolated, out to Melly. Melly tries a kick, knowing he has to try something a little different. And Charnley it is who regathers.
Well, I'm sure they'll go down the right-hand side here. A couple of drives. They have favour. They've targeted Johnny Lomax, and now with Makison's injury, they'll go wide early. Here they go.
Finch across to Hock. Hock steps inside. Good offload by him. Then it's flicked left to Gelling. Gelling takes on Makinson, but he might be hurting Makinson, but he's really held on well. And it's been knocked on. No, knocked on by the St Helens player, not by the Wigan man. The referee deciding that Makinson pulled this ball loose. I'm not so sure.
I'm not sure. That's play on. I think he's very unlucky there. Makinson goes in one-on-one, ball comes loose.
Well, that's the wrong decision, isn't it?
Yeah, wrong decision. That's got to be a St Helens ball. He did extremely well, Tom Makinson. He was injured a couple of minutes ago. They targeted him. Really first mistake, I think, by Wigan there.
Liam Farrell.
One! Move! Hold! Hold!
McAlorum steps up again, the former Irish international. Here's Jeff Lima.
2! Move, Chris! On the line, hold! Hold! Go! 2!
Luluai. Goes towards Chris Tewson.
Big set this for St Helens, I think. Going in 12-4, they'll be happy.
Look forward, not given by the touch judge on this near side.
And Johnny Lomax is calling again. Bring defenders over.
Well, there's so many in cherry and white here. Here's Hock, now Tompkins. Good tackle, and a really important tackle by Lomax. He just stemmed the flow of that move. But Wigan still down that left channel. Here comes Finch. Finch now. Gelling carries it one-handed, and he's lost it one-handed. Knocked on.
Great play by Wigan there. Into passing. Sprinted out to the defensive line. They're going to charge the kick down. Inside ball by Finch. And there's a mistake by, I think it was Gelling. Looked very dangerous, doesn't he, Dave?
Well, the hooter will sound on what has been a fascinating first half. St Helens starting off as a real powerhouse threat, the early try as well, but Wigan have responded well to give themselves that lead. At half-time, it's Wigan 12, St Helens 4.
We are unable to announce the results, so keep your eyes on the scoreboard for the winning numbers.